رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن والاه. أصبحنا وأصبح الملك لله الحمد لله. We introduced Soorah An Naba, and we covered few ayat yesterday. بعد أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم عما يتساءلون عن النبأ العظيم الذي هم فيه مختلفون كلا سيعلمون ثم كلا سيعلمون. That is where we stopped yesterday. And it summarizes a discussion and differences amongst al-mushrikeen regarding Qiyamah, the occurrence of Qiyamah, the occurrence of Qiyamah, al-Ba'ath wal-Nushur, and all that it entails. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said that this is such a big news, and indeed it is. And we gave some reasons that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala permitted us to present yesterday. So then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala always takes us to His blessings upon us. He's reminding us many times of that part of rububiyyatihi, that He is the Rabb. He is the Rabb. Because al-khalqu, He is al-khaliq, right? When you talk about creation, the creator is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Al-mulku, He is al-malik, maliki yawmiddin. قل اللهم مالك الملك. التدبير المدبر is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. يدبر الأمر. He is the one who is administering and running all affairs, right? So He's the one who gives life. So He is the doer, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In Soorah An Naba, in this surah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds us, He takes us for a journey because we are very forgetful. Some of us have eyes and they don't even know that they have it, except when we want to use it. Many times Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes us for that journey of reminding us, Alam naj'alil arda mihada. So we are living on earth, we are living in this world. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the earth that you live in, the earth that you walk on, Alam naj'alil arda mihada. Didn't we make the earth for you as a bed? Didn't we smoothen up the earth for you as a bed? Alam naj'alil arda mihada. Connect that to Surah Tabarak. هو الذي جعل لكم الأرض ذلولا فامشوا في مناكبها وكلوا من رزقه وإليه النشور. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds you that He is the one who humbled the earth for you. Scientifically, we know what is happening. Isn't there rotation? Do we feel it? Alam naj'alil arda mihada. Look at where we are sitting now. How comes that in some places as we are talking, there is landslide? Landslide. People are swallowed by the earth. You sleep and the following day, the house has gone down. We are seeing this. Roads are, cutting into pieces, and cars and all this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds you that He is the one who humbled this earth and He made it like a bed. Antamida, yes, so He said, Alam naj'al al-arda mihada wal jibala awtada. Don't we see mountains? Sometimes our knowledge ends at, oh, mashallah, there is a mountain in Colorado, and I visited this place, and yes, that is part of why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala created mountains. It beautifies. Like Allah gives you another big reason. Wal jibala awtada. Hey, didn't we make mountains to be like pegs that holds the earth? Antamida bikum, lest the earth shakes and you are all destroyed. And alhamdulillah, that has been proven. It has been proven that mountains are like pegs on earth. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds you that don't forget that. أَلَمْ نَجْعَلِ الْأَرْضَ مِهَادًا وَالْجِبَالَ أَوْتَادًا وَخَلَقْنَاكُمْ أَزْوَاجًا. Ni'mah upon ni'mah. Ni'mah upon ni'mah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, haven't we made you, haven't we created you and made you to exist in pairs? يا أيها الناس إنا خلقناكم من ذكر وأنثى. Tall and short, night and day, positive and negative. والجبال أوتادا وخلقناكم أزواجا. Subhanallah, even when it comes to fruits, even when it comes to fruits, farmers will tell you this one is a shibhul male and this is female. This doesn't produce. والجبال أوتادا وخلقناكم أزواجا. Beginning of Soorah An Naba. يا أيها الناس اتقوا ربكم الذي خلقكم من نفس وخلق منها. The concept of azwaja exists. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has created that. Until in qawaid al-lugha we have mudhakkar and muannath. طيب, ni'am of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala upon ni'mah. Now, there are some creation who do not have that, right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala يخلق الله ما يشاء ويختار. ملائكة, for example. ملائكة وخلق كما جاء في الحديث وخلقت الملائكة من نور, right? So then they do not have gender. Lakin jinn have gender just like us. Jinn have, and one of the proofs is the interpretation of the dua قبل دخول الخلاء. Don't you say Bismillah Allahumma inni a'udhu bika min al-khubuthi wal. One of the meaning is that min al-khubuthi wal khaba'ith are devils, male and female. So jinn have gender. Lakin we also have gender. Malaika do not have gender. And this is very important to present. فَقَدْ يَسْأَلِ سَائِلٍ. Somebody may ask, but what about Jibril coming to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam in a form of a man? Does it indicate that Malaika also have genders? No, they don't have. Malaika were created from nur, from light, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala can make them. He is able. He makes them to appear in any form he wants. That is the answer. So still it doesn't go back to, it does not justify Jibril coming to Maryam, appearing to Maryam as a man, or appearing to Rasulullah according to hadith of Jibril as a man, is not a proof that Malaika have gender. ألم نجعل الأرض مهادا والجبال أوتادا وخلقناكم أزواجا وجعلنا نومكم سباتا. Wallahi, there are people in the hospital now. Wallahi, هناك الناس في البيوت لا ينامون. They wish. People have been engaging doctors as we are talking now. Somebody is ready to see a specialist now. Specialists believing that this specialist is going to advise her or him on how to sleep. The whole night they are struggling. They do not have many wishes. They have one wish. If they can do what? طيب. There are people who sleeps, but that sleeping does not meet this quality of subata. فما معنى السباتة في الآية? You may be sleeping,
but not relaxed.
But you are screaming the whole night. You may be sleeping, and your sleeping comes with a lot of hardships and trouble. You may be sleeping, and you are being choked in a sleep. Right? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is reminding us of ni'mah of sleeping. يقول وجعلنا النوم وجعلنا نومكم Subata. Ma maana subata? Ibn Kathir brings it, he says, rahatan li abdanikum. Allah. The whole struggle of the daytime, running up and down, you know. So Allah subhanahu, then comes that moment when Allah, it's not you who gets the sleep. Let me get some sleep. We are very selfish. we are very selfish. Let me take a nap. And you forget that the one who makes you to sleep is who? So he's reminding you, وَجَعَلْنَا, and we made نَوْمَكُمْ وَجَعَلْنَا. Allah say, وَجَعَلْتُ أَنَا نَوْمَكُمْ سُبَاتًا. And I made your sleep to be what? To be a rest. A rest for you. Rest for your mind. Rest for your body. So that you can gain strength for the following day. To be more active the following day. Is this ni'mah or not? No? Have we ever thought that there's a ni'mah of sleeping? I want to conclude, inshallah, we'll continue another. وَجَعَلْنَا نَوْمَكُمْ subata. So when you wake up and you say, I made it, wallah, you didn't make it. Wallah, I feel a little bit. You're stretching. It's not you who made it. It's Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala who, that is a ni'mah, because that sleep can be taken. And of course there are many ayat addressing the opposite of this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, ala sabili mithal, what do you see if we make Layla sarmada ila yawm al-qiyam? Man ya'tikum bimadha? Bidiya. If Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, yani taghrub al-shams, sun sets, and then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says bye bye. In fact, it happens in some continents as we are talking. They say the sun was last seen. It will be seen, I don't know when, few months from now. There are nights that comes. It's a night. It comes for few what? Maybe few hours or few, and then it doesn't come again. It's daytime. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Qur'an is very practical.
Some people fasting 20 hours.
Now, can you imagine that people are going for 20 hours? When you tell people that sometimes we fast for 16 hours, just in America, 16 or 15, they say, how do you survive? Anyway, وَجَعَلْنَا نَوْمَكُمْ سُبَاتًا وَجَعَلْنَا اللَّيْلَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also takes us for a journey of, you see night when night comes. In Soorah Al Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us, وَهُوَ الَّذِي جَعَلَ اللَّيْلَ وَالنَّهَارَ خِلْفَةً لمن أراد أن يذكر أو أراد شكورا. And night has been mentioned to the extent that Allah swear by night. والليل إذا يغشى. واو القسم is here. والليل إذا يغشى والنهار إذا تجلى. Again, وما. You see, we are going back to وما خلق الذكر والأنثى إن سعيكم لشتى. So Allah reminds you in Surah An Naba, وَجَعَلْنَا نَوْمَكُمْ سُبَاتًا وَجَعَلْنَا اللَّيْلَ. Can you imagine that Allah says that He made your night to be like a cover that covers you? You know how many things are happening at night? Even criminals. Of course, with technology, crime is committed 24/7. Lakin, the most is committed at night. And shayateen also becomes more aggressive at night. That is why it is part of Sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, min sunnah, it is part of Sunnah that to endama taghrubu shams, when sun sets, you do not let infants, children outside. Because Rasul said that shayateen are, they're waking up and they are so aggressive and they can easily have access to, those infants and attack them. We shall continue. Lakin, the message this morning, Ya ayyuhan nas, O people, udhkuru ni'matallahi alaykum. Remember the favors and the blessings of Allah upon you. Hal min khaliqin ghayrullah yarzuqukum min as-sama'i wal ard. Is there any other creator besides Allah who provides for you from the heavens and earth? La ilaha illa huwa. Kalimatul tawheed none has the right to be worshipped except Allah. فَأَنَّا تُؤْفَكُونَ. How then are you deluded away from the truth? May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala remind us of His ni'am so that we can worship Him as He should be worshipped. Barakallahu feekum. Subhanakallah. La ilaha illa anta. Astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.